What's going on, Taurus? It's going to be your month of May 2023. Um, I just woke up, so getting ready to go here. So, first, I'll take these little fly out things. I don't think they make that much sense to do so. So, for the month of May. What is going on in the month of May? Let's take a look here. It's just a Lenormand deck. Hmm. So it appears to me, Taurus, that I think after much consideration here, especially with your friends or family or people that you confide in, you're finally learning to kind of like love your job, or more so go on a much, and if that's not the case here, it's to go on a much needed trip. I feel like everyone's been telling you you're working too hard, you're not, you're not putting, you put in so much effort every day, so just go on a trip, just go out, and with the boat here, the dog, and then you have the birds here. So to me, it's kind of like your that mindset towards your work, and that mindset towards taking a break is fueled by the people around you, is fueled by, and I'm not getting a necessarily negative thing out of this, so it's pretty cool. So let's see what else is going on here. So of course. Let's go. Month of May. Month of May. And we'll start. Ace of Cups. Interesting here. Towards one here. Right away here, Taurus, I gotta say that perhaps the boat, it may not necessarily be a trip, but towards something here to, yeah, I feel like the reason why you're going on this trip, or the reason why you're enjoying your work more, is because if it's a work situation, it's either because there's somebody there that you like personally, is fueling you on, is egging you on. And if it's because of a trip, it appears to me that you're starting to love yourself in a way. And that seems to be the theme for May anyway. It's like, kind of realizing, and the way that the strength card is in reverse, it tells me that you've had these little issues in the past with kind of conquering those fears, kind of conquering like, oh, but it's too scary going by myself, or it's something here is kind of like, oh, it's nerve-wracking to travel alone. But with this Ace of Cups and this, you're being fueled by the things that you love, and it might even be places at that trip, like, I don't know, like the Bahamas. Like, oh, I love the caves underneath the, like there's caves there. Oh, I want to slide down that pyramid thing. Those things that, like, I want to see the blue water of like if you're like someplace like me where the ocean's brown, you know, things like that where it's kind of like just an example of the things that you love, wanting to see the things that you love and experiencing that for yourself. So, but I am getting like the hint of love here, so I kind of want to see like what else is going on here with that Ace of Cups. I feel like there's something deeper there. I feel like there's something deeper there. What's going on here with this Ace of Cups? Nine of Swords. Yeah, just more blockages when it comes to Two of Wands here. Okay, so it definitely is like a traveling thing. It definitely is wanting to go out and experience things on your own here. So you have the Nine of Swords here. No, you have the Eight of Swords here. And then you have the Two of Wands. And of course, like, Eight of Swords, it's kind of like a representation of being like lost or some sort of blockages there when it comes to wanting to achieve what it is that you're trying to set out for. And when I got extra clarity, the Two of Wands came out. And with the Two of Wands, it's kind of like telling me that, kind of like going for the things that you're passionate about, going for the things that you love. Like I said before with that trip stuff is, very exciting. You might even be, for some of you Taurus, this might even be like a promotion where your work requires you to travel like a long distance, maybe to another state or to another country here, where it's I'm getting like a business trip in like Italy, right? Where it's like scary, you don't speak the language very well, things like that. But with the birds here and then with the dog, it kind of like tells me that you've been practicing a while with your speech when it comes to learning a foreign language, if this is resonating with you. And I think you're finally ready to go on that trip, or finally ready to kind of make that big move when it comes to going to a different country. You might even be like, that might be your ethnicity to begin with, and you're like, well, I was born here in America, or I was born here and wherever you're at, so I don't really speak the language over there. And, to me, it's kind of like, it's almost like you did yourself proud here. But these Two of Wands, kind of like if you were to bring them together here, you could probably fit them through the Eight of Swords, kind of like in there. And kind of like blow past that, like, that big shield, that big blockage, and go towards the things that you're passionate about. But yeah, this is a pretty decent reading for one, but I feel like there's more to tell. So yeah, Taurus, I'm gonna be doing a second spread for you, to be honest, because I think there's something more to tell, or there's a second story here that I'm possibly missing. I was gonna do a part two, but this is too short of a video to make a part two. You know what I'm saying? Like, a part two needs to be like, this is 20 minutes. So let's kind of see, devoid of all this, let's kind of like see what else is going on for May in Taurus, or for Taurus. It is your birthday, so I should be saying happy birthday, by the way, for all you Tauruses out there. If your birthday hasn't passed already, we are in Taurus season, so, and we're also in a Taurus retrograde, so a lot of these things are affecting your sign. Like this whole retrograde and the sun too. It's kind of like it's building your ego, just naturally speaking. So let's kind of see what else is going on here. Second story for Taurus here. Second story for Taurus here. Let's write it down. Ten of Wands, Seven of Swords, and the Five of Cups here. I feel like, Taurus, you've disappointed yourself in a way where you might have like held yourself back. And let me show you real quick. Of course, that's your first spread, or if you want to see it. But for your second spread here, it's almost like the reason why you feel the need to be this way, or you're kind of discovering this, is that, you know, you're kind of like afraid of this hard work that you got to put in. You're kind of like, all this hard work and the things that you have to do here, it kind of like you didn't want to do it, so you decided to take it, or more so think that, you know, trying to find an easier like shortcut, and you kind of just realize it leads to disappointment here. So I think there's more to the story here than just this, and I'm gonna pull more cards for it, but to me that seems like the basics of what's going on here for your month of May and your second story. So what exactly is the hard work here, the Ten of Wands? What is that Ten of Wands about? What exactly is this Ten of Wands about? What exactly is this Ten of Wands about? I feel like there's something here. What is this Ten of Wands about? What is this Ten of Wands about? There's Swords. It might even be a relationship here. If we're talking about a relationship here, it appears to me that somebody didn't want to put in the work that is required to keep a relationship going. And it kind of just left you high and dry with the Five of Cups. It's kind of like, oh, you know, like, why didn't you want to, like, you know, I put in too much work myself, and then, like, this person here just kind of didn't want to do that. It seems to me that they have, like, a lot of, like, not trauma, but things from their past, or people that they, you know, that kind of, like, I feel like here that they're going through issues that I am unaware of, Taurus, to the point where, yeah, they're going through issues here where, which I'm unaware of, where it kind of led to this big disappointment in love here. So, let's kind of see what else is going on. The Fool, yeah. They might be thinking like, oh, you know, you might have been with this person for a while. You know, it could have been like, oh, you know, I just want to find myself. You know, I just want to discover what else is out there, or kind of keep their options open, or kind of experience the world for themselves here. The way that the Fool is kind of looking up at your first spread, it kind of like tells me that, you know, if you're resonating with that second spread and this is a love thing, you might even be traveling to this person that disappointed you here in the past to begin with. Like, this person lives in a faraway distance, or this is a long distance relationship, and they're just kind of afraid to come where you're at, so you got to go to them, and you know, they kind of see you traveling. And if that is the case, they're kind of excited to see you travel. If this is a long distance relationship, they're excited to see you travel to them, and that they're actually ready to, you know, this, it's almost like your relationship starting now if you haven't met already. But if you have, it's kind of like it's been stagnant for a while, but they're ready to start the relationship now, is what I'm getting. Especially with the Fool here, and into your higher spread here. So yeah, when it comes to a relationship here, in a cups, yeah, a lot of like disappointment. It's kind of like missing each other, kind of like figuring out ways to find shortcuts, and that's where I was getting that shortcuts from, especially with that like 10 of Wands in reverse into the 7 of Swords. You're trying to discover shortcuts to kind of like get together quicker if this isn't a disappointment in love and more so a like long distance thing. You're trying to find like a shorter way to meet in the middle. You might be having financial issues, especially with that boat there. I'm not seeing any pentacles on this spread, and not on your first spread, not on your second. So to me, that kind of explains like money is not necessarily an issue or not necessarily a thing that you have to worry about. So it's kind of like you kind of need to save money to come together, or let's meet in the middle here so we can be financially smart about this. That's what I'm getting here. Especially, like I said before, there's no pentacles, so this is something that's kind of like and it might not even be an issue. It might be because you've earned actually enough with that boat here into the strength card and Knight of Wands. You might earn enough already, but I think here that you want to be a little bit smarter about this, especially with like the 7 of Swords here and then like the Fool. Something about being a little smarter than approaching this smartly. For those of you that are resonating with this. So, yeah, 8 of Cups here. That kind of reminds me of like a long distance relationship too. It's kind of like it's very far away. Going on the other side of the mountain there with the 8 of Cups, kind of like what else is on the other side of the mountain? It's going to take them a while. Because if you ever climbed a mountain, Tauruses, it takes a while. Especially like you might even have to build a like little makeshift hole or like a little landing there so you can sleep on the mountain. So you can wake up the next day and be ready. That's how big these mountains can get. So, I mean, yeah, it's like a long distance thing, especially with that boat. Let's kind of get you, I kind of want to pull you some advice here. I kind of want to pull you some advice to kind of see like, when you see this person, if it is a long distance thing, or if it is a long distance thing, like I just want to see some advice. To be honest, you might be wondering here, like if you came to this reading, you might be wondering like, is this person worth it? Because with long distance relationship, it's kind of like gray area. Like, could they be the one? You don't know. You don't even know what they're doing. So let's kind of see. Is this a long-term thing? Is this a long-term thing? So from this cards, and I only pulled this for May, it appears to me that there's just going to be more things left unsaid, more things to work on when it comes to this. Especially, like, you pulled the 7 of Wands, and then the 4 of Wands, and then the 5 of Swords. So to me, it kind of like expresses to me that there's things left unsaid with that 5 of Swords in reverse that need to be said. And with the 4 of Wands here, or 4 of Wands, kind of like I think the key lies in that whatever the Four of Wands resonates with you, might be that we're more than just friends, or this person may be wanting just that to begin with, and it's kind of like triggering you. And I think by like kind of lowering their defenses. I mean, the Seven of Wands here. Yeah, they're in defense mode. Yeah, that they're ready to defend their honor, but when it comes to like the minor arcane, they're not that strong, especially compared to the court cards, especially compared to the trump cards, which is the major arcane. So that to me, like it tells me that there's possibility to work on this. Because the Four of Wands is here. The Four of Wands, like caring, you care about each other, obviously. But there is stuff, like I said, left unsaid with the Five of Swords. So I think by working on it this month, quite possibly you might be able to change that. But who knows? The Emperor, yeah. The Emperor, if anyone can destroy this Seven of Wands here, it would be the Emperor. So, I think confidence is key too. Confidence and understanding your value is something here that's very important. So, which has been your main theme of this entire spread, on both spreads, to be honest. So, of course, this is your ego, and it's like Mercury retrograde. So, it's kind of like you're discovering that. So, thanks for sticking by me here, Taurus, and I'll see you in the next one.